Hello everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at the role of the custodian in the trade life cycle, which is perhaps the most important activity in the entire process, starting from pre-trade, trade to post-trade. At the very onset, let's understand the role and the relationship between the asset management company and the custodian. Let me clarify this once. That is, the custodian is not a part of the asset management company. It is not an employee of the asset management company. Okay? The asset management company and the custodian are two distinct, separate entities. All right? An asset management company, as you already know, is a pool of funds brought in together by general partners, limited partners, and other investors that invest in asset classes like equities, bonds, money market securities, and foreign exchange transactions in order to give returns to the investors. So the asset management company is largely focused on managing the assets. So on a daily basis, it's expected the asset management company would be hiring experts who would do the analysis for asset allocation, portfolio management, as well as a solid fund manager who decides on the basis of trading strategies, what are the assets to be invested in, how much capital has to be allocated to which specific asset, and so on and so forth. That is the trading part of the asset management company. But who does all the settlements? Who handles the assets of the asset management company? My friends, the entity that handles the assets of the asset management company is the custodian. In English, the term custodian means to take care of. Okay? And that is literally what the custodian does. The custodian takes care of the assets of the asset management company. Because the asset management company manages funds running into trillions of dollars, literally, if you look at the largest hedge funds in the world, they're like having 17-18 trillion dollars worth of assets under management. It is a very difficult task to handle this money. Okay, what are the activities that the custodian does therefore for the asset management company? So now that we are clear on the fact that the custodian is not a part of the asset management company, the relationship between the asset management company and the custodian is that of a client. Okay, it is a principal-agent relationship. The principal being the asset management company and the custodian being the agent. What do we mean by principal-agent relationship? The agent cannot do anything without instructions from the principal. The agent is not authorized to undertake any movement of assets of the asset management company without the approval and confirmation from the asset management company in a standardized manner. This is the role of the custodian. Just like the asset management company is managing $1 trillion worth of assets, the custodian also is handling $1 trillion worth of assets for the asset management company, right? So then what happens? All the trades that are initiated by the asset management company are settled by the custodian. The custodian plays the most important activity of meeting deadlines given by stock exchanges across the world for clearing and settlement. If the custodian fails to meet this deadline and the settlement does not take place, the exchange will classify this as a fail to deliver trade. And when there is a fail to deliver trade, the trade is cancelled literally, and penalties are imposed on the erring party. Therefore, it's very important that a custodian keep a up-to-date record of all client assets, client-wise, as well as the dollar amount or the euro amount wise, so that the custodian is in control of the assets. The handling, the controlling, the movement of the assets from the asset management company to the counterparty is the most important activity of the custodian. The second most important activity that a custodian does is to ensure that all corporate actions announced by the asset management company are fulfilled and received by the asset management company. These include coupons on bonds, dividends on equities, stock splits, bonuses, any mergers or acquisitions, etc. This is a very critical aspect of it because who is owning the assets? The asset management company. Who was handling the assets? The custodian. Any mistake that occurs because of the custodian's oversight or because of the custodian not paying attention could result into a movement of assets from the asset management company's account with the custodian, and the custodian will be held responsible for such gross negligence. So the second most important activity that a custodian does for the asset management company is ensuring that all corporate actions announced by the portfolio companies of the AMC are received by the asset management company. The third most important activity that the custodians do is they are very, very aggressive participants in the SLBM segment. SLBM standing for Securities Lending and Borrowing Market. The SLBM segment is a segment which facilitates traders to borrow securities in case of short sales. So when a trader does a short sale of a security, then they have to still deliver the security, right? Before the deadline of the exchange, they can borrow these securities from the custodian. So these three activities are very critical for the asset management company. First one is managing the settlements, adhering to the clearing and settlement deadlines of the stock exchanges. The second one is ensuring that all corporate actions announced by the portfolio companies of the AMC are received by the AMC. And the third one is to take care of all short sales to lend securities that are lying, that are simply lying idle in the custodian, in the AMC's account, which can be used to earn some money because they're being lent out to short sellers. So the custodian's role is very unique, is very distinct from the asset management company's role, and this separate entity has been created because of the regulatory environment in many of the global markets, which insist that custodians and asset management companies are kept separately. Quite like our bank account. The money in the bank account belongs to us, but the money is being managed, is being held by the bank. Can the bank do anything with the money? No, unless we specifically instruct them to do so. So the relationship is called as a principal-agent relationship. A custodian and an AMC thus enjoy a principal-agent relationship where the custodian can do nothing without the explicit instructions for transfer of securities from the asset management company. Thank you so much for watching in. Take care.